and welcome to Tableware Home. Today I am with my friend Wendy, who you might remember from our first home tour ever on this channel. If you haven't seen her home tour, you have to go check it out. I'll leave it in the description down below. I'm so excited to be with you, Wendy, today. We are talking all about setting a beautiful table. So I'm sure that by the end of this video, you will feel very inspired and excited to set your own table and take some pointers from how Wendy goes about it.
I hope so.
That's the goal.
Yes.
Before we get started, if you are connecting with the homes and the women and the stories that we're sharing here at Tableware Home, and you want to help us bring you more of that, there are 3 ways you can do that. One is by subscribing to our channel and liking this video so more people can see it. Another is by joining our channel. And the third would be by joining our Patreon. We share behind the scenes, extra deleted scenes there as well for your enjoyment. But we so appreciate you watching our videos, and let's get into our video with Wendy.
Oh, yes.
So I would love to just start by asking what your inspiration is when it comes to setting a table, where you begin.
I've come to realize that one little image, and for this table, it was an image of that candle. When I saw that image of the candle, I said, I have those jars, and I've always wanted to use the little silver candles, but thought like, well, aren't those supposed to be hidden? Once again, you've got to do what's in your heart. So anyway, when I saw that, I said, that's the beginning of this table for today. The Lord will always bring me to an image, and I'm like, that's it. That's where I start.
I love that.
Yeah.
Starting with one image and then building off of that.
Yes.
Talk to me a bit about the other details here.
Everything here is thrifted, which I love. That just makes me squeal. It's just, I just wanted it low in small little objects. And I love that this is a touch of feminine, you know, because I do love my solid round white plates from Crate & Barrel. Food on those just look so modern and crisp and clean. But this is just like, I don't know, a little bit of feminine movement, and I just thought it was perfect for you because you're feminine to me.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm glad I give off the vibe.
You do. And that's like a summer, not lazy, a summer calm,
Effortless.
yes,
Yeah.
low vibe.
I think what's so nice about this table is every little thing is beautiful and intentional. You could have just put the plastic that the almonds came in, or slap things on a plate, a dinner plate.
Right.
But instead you have this gorgeous silver tray, and you have this beautiful silver dish for your jam.
And I love just doing 3. Like there's no 11 people, 12 people. It gets overwhelming, and I get overwhelmed. I get a little nervous. The moment people enter, all those nerves go away. The house can be a memorable mess. That's my new thing, especially with my grandson coming in. It's a memorable mess, which I love that. I kind of am a messy person, I'm realizing. For Easter, Jen's like, don't you want to clean your sink? And I'm like, no. The moment I go into the kitchen, and it's a pretty mess at that time.
Yeah.
If I leave it overnight, the next morning would be a hideous mess.
Yeah.
But the moment I enter in the kitchen, everyone's going to start scattering.
I would love to know what is something that's a priority for you when it comes to hosting, whether it's a small gathering or a big gathering.
Warm, cozy, good food through a lot of prayer, and just pretty. Just pretty, but in a simple way where people walk away from my home, I'm hoping that they say, well, okay, I can do that too. You know what I mean? So even before you guys came over, I was on Instagram, and all of a sudden I see this woman's big, gorgeous table, which that can be good too, you know, for holidays and stuff. And I started to feel like that weird choking feel, and I said, nope, okay, done. Now I know I've had my limit, and I'm just gonna go through my home and be me. And what do I have? And, you know, like I share with you all the time, sometimes I'll walk through my home going, what am I doing? What is this? Like, what? And then I'll go for a walk, or I don't know, go somewhere, and I'll come back in and go, okay, yes, no, I do love my home.
Yeah.
Which I do love my home. I'm very grateful for my home, of course. There's a few things I don't like about my home, but I guess doesn't everyone? I mean, if I had a perfect home, I don't know.
Well, nobody has a perfect home. I think that's reality.
Right.
And I love that you said you want people to come and be inspired to be like, I can do that too. What would be your advice for someone who wants to create a beautiful table but doesn't know where to begin?
I think I would begin with a good plate. And being that I'm not a pattern person, I love white plates. And I was inspired, these are from, I don't know, J&G England, right? Oh, this one has a chip. I'll throw that one on. But a good plate, right? And then always linen napkins. Always, you can get these anywhere. And just always have a ton of utensils. I would be thrifting a ton of those.
When it comes to picking a menu, choosing foods, do you kind of just go with what you're in the mood for? Do you have think about?
No, I am not a food person.
Okay.
I am not like if I had a company one day to I don't know, an event, I would want nothing to do with food. I just want to buy gorgeous things and set it up.
Yes, yes.
But I do, we eat healthy. So we have salmon once a week. So that's easy. I can do that with my eyes closed. Although this recipe is different. I decided to do a different one today. Don't ask me why. But I mean, the tomato and mozzarella we eat all the time. And that's another thing with this meal. This was stuff that I already had in my home, in my refrigerator, and I'm like, I just love this. I'm not making it this big deal.
Yeah.
And I think this is beautiful. So it's just I'm enjoying the simplicity of not making it a big deal.
Now in this season of life, now you're taking care of your mom full time. So can you talk to me a bit about what hosting looks like for you now and how that has shifted and how you've had to evolve with that?
Yeah, it was pretty hard in the beginning, and let me just make it clear, I have a very great mom. Oh my God.
Oh,
geez, cut. But taking care of her is a full-time job. And in the beginning, it was shocking because your life, as you knew it, has totally tipped over and changed. So my entertaining I don't have time. By 8 o'clock at night, I'm like, if I cook another meal, because I do breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. So my entertaining has stopped a lot. So it was very hard, and in my journal time, I'm like, Lord, I would love to have Easter. And then when, a couple of weeks after, everyone said, yes, they can come. And I'm like, oh, great. And I'm like, oh, great. Now I started complaining, and I'm like, and then the Lord brought me to my journal, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I said, okay, so I'm going to not complain, but if I get stressed, that's normal. So all that to say, it's a bigger deal. It's a bigger deal now, but then I had book club 2 days after Easter. My house was already clean, had extra cheeses and everything. So once you're in it and you continue doing it, it's wonderful. And then you asked me to do this. And had I not had Easter and the book club, this would have been a big deal. So I think you just have to kind of stay in it when you can.
I remember you saying the other day, you felt like on Easter when you had 11 people in your home, you made a delicious lamb roast.
Thank God.
Your home, you said it came to life.
Yes, yeah, so huge. Having people over and you're dying to yourself, cooking and cleaning and doing everything. And as I'm like cooking, I'm like, can't someone just come in and clean, or can't someone cook while I clean? But it's not the case. And when people come in and your kids are around, in-laws, and Oliver running around. Oh my gosh, I mean, right there. It's just that's what life is. That's what life is. And my mother, who's almost 90, seeing all of that. So that's truly what life is.
Well, thank you so much, Wendy, for having us in your beautiful home and sharing this beautiful table with us. I hope that you all feel inspired to go spend a little extra time making your space beautiful. Sometimes it feels like such a big undertaking, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that's what I feel so inspired by you. Like today, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fussy. Just go
pretty.
With your just pretty.
Just pretty. And whatever's pretty to you.
Exactly.
Yes. It doesn't have to be what I like. Doesn't have to be what you like. Whatever you like.
Yes.
Right?
So if you like what you're hearing from Wendy, you have to go check out her home tour. It's linked down below. I'll put it in the card up above because it's all about following your gut, following what you love in your home. So make sure to check that out and let us know if you want to revisit Wendy's home now that it's been a few years since we toured it. If you want to connect with Wendy, you can find her at wendy.jane.thomas on Instagram. You can shop her beautiful art, like the one behind us, on her website down in the link in the description down below. So make sure to check that out. If you connect with what we're sharing and you want to support us further, there are 3 ways you can do so. One is by subscribing to our channel and liking this video so more people can find it. You can also join our channel, or you can join our Patreon, and we share a lot of fun behind the scenes and extra deleted scenes on there for your enjoyment. So we can't thank you enough for watching, for spending time with Wendy and I, and we will see you in the next one.
Yes. Bye.
Let's enjoy this meal.
Yes, that's probably ice cold, but hey, you won't know.
Yeah, you don't know what it tastes like.